Hi all, and welcome back to another Dynamo script. In this script, we'll be adding multiple revisions to multiple sheets at the same time. There's a few different ways we will do this, and I will take you through each different way, but this will all be combined into the one script. We will be doing a little bit of Python scripting, but it's a pretty easy script that anyone can kind of pick up and really understand. So um, let's get to it. To start off, we'll be doing a script where we will do two different types of methods to batch revise sheets. We'll do it by a print set, and we'll do it by a sheet list. So first, we will need view sets. So there's our print set. Obviously, this will be our print our print set method. We will need view sheets. View sheets set views, I think it is. Yep. And we'll switch that over to the print set one. We'll just hit run, and it should give us our, there we go, our three sheets, which should be these three sheets here. Probably should have named the sheets, but that's fine. Now we'll do a sheet list. We'll need scheduled views. I can't spell. Scheduled views. Switch it to the sheet list. We'll need sheet from schedule. Plug the view into the schedule view. We'll get the boolean to refresh if there is more sheets being added or removed. So we'll just hit run, and there's our full sheet list there. So now let's get our if statement. Let's plug the print set to true and the sheet list false, and another boolean. So if we have it set to true, it will output the print set. So let's hit run there. There we go, three sheets. If we set it to false, we'll do the full sheet list. And then all we need is add revisions to sheet. Plug the result into the sheet. Now we need revisions. Select a revision from a drop-down menu, and we need a boolean to run the script. Run it. So set that to true. Let's add it through the print set, which is true. Switch print set 1. We want to add, let's say, sequence 2. There we go. So we'll switch this to false. Let's add, let's say, sequence 4. And there we go. It's added it to every sheet in the list. Now we can make this a little bit more advanced. Let's say we want to remove revisions from the sheet. So again, our sheet list, all our sheets to add and remove, our revision, let's not plug that in yet. We'll need to put our run it back into, sorry, wrong way. When we do need our revisions there. Now for this run it boolean, what we need to do now, because it's plugged into the same, I guess, node, we'll use, just one node. So we'll need a not. So what this will do is if this is set to false, um, it will set to true and it will run this one. And when this one is set to true, this one will be set to false and it won't run this one. Pretty simple. So let's say we'll add sequence 5. Let's go back to print set 1 and let's run it. So you can see it's added sequence 5. Now let's say if we want to remove, I think I did sequence 1, and let's remove it from the entire set. Set this to false, and there we go. It's removed all the revision ones from this sheet list. All right. So now that we've got that in there, we can add a third. So let's say we want to print every uh, um, every sheet in the project. So maybe let's create a few more sheets. And let's remove it from this. So let's say, let's just give this 101 number. That will do. And let's say we'll filter by sheet number. Let's say does not begin with I guess we could say begins with a 100. So there we go. We brought the sheet list back to the original. And let's just duplicate this. Let's go into our fields. Let's remove the filter. And here's our complete sheet list in the project. So let's come back over here. Now we'll remove the if statement. We can remove this and let's get in our third way. So we want categories because we want to do all sheets in the project. We need all elements. Category. Plug that in. Change this to sheets. Sheets. Oh, we're doing HSH. There we go. All right, so the way this is going to work is we'll have a number slider. And what this will do is whatever number so we're going to limit this to 1 to 3. So let's say minimum is 1, max number is 3, and we'll step up by 1 each time. So when we switch this slider to 1, 2, or 3, that's going to correspond with one of these methods. So let's say this will be 1, 2, or 3, And that's how we will select which method we want to use. Now let's get a Python script going. Now, like I said, this script is pretty easy. Let's go edit. Let's remove all of that. Let's declare some variables. You can call these variables anything that you want. So we're going to say user inputs, which equals in0. So basically, in0 will correspond to this input here, in which our number slider will be connected to. Now let's get 3 more, and maybe for demonstration, let's get 3 code blocks here. Let's say the 6, 3, 1. Let's plug the 1 into input 1, 3 into input 2, and the 6 into input 3. All right. So let's go edit, and let's continue this. So let's say method 1. So print by print set equals in 1. Method 2 equals in 2, and method 3. Oh, sorry. Method 3 equals in 3. Now, remember how we had the if node? So basically, we're creating the same thing, but it's just with one more option in that. So let's go if user import. So that's our number slider. So if the number slider, I put an S there, got to make sure it's the same thing. If our number slider is equal to 1, we want it to print out the, or use the function that's hooked up into method 1, which is our input 1. Now we need elif. Elif, so this is like, or else use this. So if it doesn't equal 1, but it equals 2, we want to use user inputs equals 2. We want to out equals method 2. Then last bit, we want else. So if it doesn't equal any of the above, we want out the output to be method 3. Right. So so at the moment this is set to 2. So remember, if the number slider is equal to 2, it's going to use input 2, which has a value of 3. Now if we set this to 3, it's going to have the input value. Well, it's not going to equal. It doesn't equal 1 or 2, so it's going to input. It's going to use the input at input 3, which is 6. Then of course, if I set it to 1, it's going to switch it to 1. So let's remove these 3 code blocks, and let's plug in print set to 1, our sheet list to 2, and all of our sheets into 3. We'll set this to, so let's say we want to use print set. Hit run, there's our 3 sheets. Our sheet list should only be 5 sheets, 5 or 6, forget what it is. And then 3 sheets should be every sheet in the list there. So we'll take the output into the sheet on both the add and remove. Now let's say we want to add sheet revision, sequence 5. Set that to true, so we want to add, and we'll add it to all of our, so that's set to 3, all of our sheets. Oh, I think think I've done something wrong there. Sheets, category, true, set to true. There we go. Added all, I just switched the revision. It's probably best to, once we set this, we'll set this up so we can use it in the player, but it's probably best to, every time we, use this, probably, just reopen the sequencing again. So let us just save this. I'll save as, let's just say Dynamo batch revision. Let's just save to the desktop. Let's go. So let's say is input rename, say method. Let's go is input rename, say sheet list. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Print set is input rename sheet list. And we won't put this one because it's going to be by all anyway. So we'll come over here, is input rename, say revision sequence. Let's go rename. Actually, we'll rename this one to, let's say rename, say 3. Let's say true equals add revision, false equals remove revision. All right, so let's save that. Let's go Dynamo Player. Let's just go onto my other screen. I'll just set it up quickly to, there we go. Okay, so let's go open that up. Let's say we want to do it by, maybe we should have done this, rename this a little bit easier. So method 1 was by print set, and let's add sequence 3. And there we go. Let's change that. Now let's say, sheet list, user inputs. Did I not add? I didn't. So let's just close that. I did not add the input to this one. Is input. Let's save that. Okay, let's remove sequence, I think 4, and let's store it to every sheet. And there we go. Let's remove all of them. Now we can do a little bit more to this script. I think before you you may have noticed that I forgot how many sheets that was in the set. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 sheets, but each different method has I guess a different amount of sheets in that list. So what we can do is we can kind of add a message telling us how many sheets are uh, in the, I guess, set we want to add the revisions to. So we'll go to list count. So maybe let's just freeze, hit run. And there we go. It's 10 sheets, so it's by the complete, all the sheets in the project. So we'll set it by 2. Now this is by the sheet list that we had earlier, so there's 6. And by the print set, there should be three sheets. So we'll need a code block there, and what we will need from the rhythm, I think, it's user messages, no dot, user message. All right. So basically, this node will create like a little alert box when we run it. So we want the caption, which is I guess, kind of a heading to the alert box. Let's say string, and let's say amount of sheets. Now for this code block, we're going to plug that into the message, but we want to output whatever number is shown here into the message. So let's say A, which is going to be our input here. So it's going to say, 3 sheets to be revised. There we go. Plug that in there. Now our object is basically our sheets. So take that out of the Python script. We can remove the Python script out of the add and remove revisions. Let's bring this down here. Let's bring this here. All right, so let's hit save. I think I've done this all right. Let's go Dynamo player. Go that. Okay, so let's say print set 1, sheet list. I think I've done. I think have I already done this? Let's go sequence 4. Can't remember if I already did this revision or not, but let's try it anyway. Let's hit run. So going here it is. 3 sheets to be revised. Yes. May have already. I think I had this set to false to be removed, which I don't think I had sequence 4 in there anyway. So let's hit run again. Maybe we should just reset it. Ah, silly me. I saved it and I did not unfreeze the nodes that we actually need. Oh dear. All right, let's try it again one more time. So let's try sequence 4. We want to add. Did it not bring up the error message? The pop-up message. Save. Let's just hit undo on that. Maybe let's set this to all sheets. Sequence 4. Run. Don't know why that popped up, but there we go. 10 sheets to be revised. Yes. And let's add the revision to all those sheets. So there we go. Pretty simple and easy. Had a little few hiccups on the way, but nothing too major. Now we can also add another one on here, I guess, to say print by sheet collections. I haven't set any collections up here, but you just need to add another input, another elif line here. So you'll need to add method 4 at input 4, and just say elif user inputs equals 3. Input 4. So if this equals 4, maybe I should just do it myself. But so if the user input is 4, so again, we'll need to set this to max 4. If it's equal to 4, use the method at input 4. So you just have sheet collections. Choose which sheet collection you want and put it out to the the Python script, which will do the same thing. So there we have it. Different ways we can add the print revision. A little bit of scripting, but nothing too hard. I think this is actually the first time I've used a little bit of Python script in these videos. I'm not, by no means a Python expert, but I know enough to do that kind of stuff. So hope you all enjoyed it, and hope to see you again for our next script. Thanks all, and see you soon.